Today we are discussing one of the most sought after requests that we got is in regards to web form. What is IRCC's web form and how do we go about it and why web forms are required? And that is something that we will be looking at in this video. So let's dive in straight into this video and let us know about your comments in regards to the video. Welcome to Yoke's YouTube channel. I'm Liz Matthew, the Regulated Canadian Immigration Consultant. Thanks for tuning in to our YouTube channel, and we are happy to help you out, be it with any kind of Canadian immigration inquiry that you have. So IRCC web form, what is this basically? So web forms are usually required to inform IRCC. That is our way to communicate with IRCC as Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada. They do have application portals, and when we are not able to communicate directly through the portal, web form is the other route where we get in touch and let the IRCC know in regards to the particular application. Here are some additional documents, and these are the reasons why I'm submitting it. There is an explanation box that is right there, which helps you to explain why you are submitting this document, so on and so forth. So we will be looking at how to go about and where to find this IRCC web form. So basically, in your Google search, you can just type in IRCC web form, reach out, and when you click the search button, you will see the canada.ca IRCC web form, contact us online, and then the second option is ask about or update your application. I would always go with the second option, which is ask about or update your application. And in there is so many options. You can see right there. You can see that you would use web form. So the first option is basically to check your application status. If you are reaching to IRCC to check your application status, you use that. Or if you are to change or update your contact information, say you change your address or your mailing address or your residential address, yes, you would inform IRCC in regards to that, as these changes need to be informed to IRCC, be it whatever be your application. Or add, change, or cancel a representative, as if you are using a representative on your particular application and at some point you decide to change it or cancel it, that is where you let IRCC know about it. And if you are requested to submit a particular document, yes, you would use the add a document to your application. Or if you just want to let IRCC know this is your document, even if not requested, that is also the same place where you would submit it, add a document to your application. And there is also another option where ask for urgent processing for your permanent resident card. So if you are someone who did apply for your permanent resident card, be it a renewal, and you have some urgency that came up, yes, this is where you would click and go through that setup. Or the next one is to withdraw or cancel your application. So at whatever point you decide to withdraw or cancel your application, you would inform IRCC in regards to that using that option. Or schedule or change the date or time of your appointment, interview, or test. So that is also where you would fill out that form and submit it to IRCC, and they would basically get back to you with whatever instructions. And if your whatever be your inquiry, if it doesn't fall in any of the this options, you would click on other and then follow that option. So let's look at add a document to your application for our scenario currently. So when you click and add a document to your application, the first thing that the document asks is, who are you? Are you the principal applicant, the representative, or I'm writing on behalf of the principal applicant? Whatever be your scenario, select that. And then when you click on continue to form, yes, there will be a form that opens up. And then if you are the principal applicant, you will have to enter your full name, enter your first name and your last name and your email address and your date of birth and whatever be your country of birth and your application number. So if you are reaching out to IRCC on a particular application, yes, you would put in your application number. or if you do not have an application number generated for this particular application, you have submitted your application, however, you just know your UCI number and do not have an application number yet, yes, you can check that box saying that I do not have an application number at this time, and then you can go ahead and click on what are you applying for. Are you applying for a temporary resident program, or are you applying for a permanent resident program, or citizenship, or status document, or refugee travel document, whatever be it? The drop downs right there, you can select based on what your particular application is. And your UCI number, you do have it in your documents. So if it is your study permit document, it's on the top right hand side. If it is your work permit, also it is on the top right hand side. So that's something that you can grab it from your permits, or on your visa that's stamped in your passport. You can also get your UCI number right from there. And they also ask you, tell us about your request, what type of a request it is. They are basically asking, yes, you asked me to add the document, or no, I want to add the document to support or complete my application. As I told you earlier, you have the choice to submit a document to IRCC even if not requested. Why would somebody submit application when you are not requested? Example, I could say, say you're applying for your spousal open work permit application, and your spouse in Canada, example, who is on a postgraduate work permit, they just started their employment and they do not have enough pay stubs when you initially submitted the application. So they will have their pay stubs with them later on, and you will have to inform IRCC in regards to the additional pay stubs, updated employment letter. That's where you would go ahead and select that drop down saying, no, I want to add the document to support or complete my application. So this will help IRCC know that these are my additional documents, even if I submitted my documents early, submitted my application earlier. So below that, you can see that you can explain whatever be your situation and why are you submitting this document. So give your explanation right there, so the officer who's looking at your web form has some kind of an idea of why this document was submitted before they actually go through that. And it is to be noted that there is file size limitations on the documents that you are uploading. Each file can only be a maximum of 2 MB, and cumulative, like the total files that are submitted in the web form, cannot be more than 3.5 MB. So that is also something to be noted, that your file size do remain within the limit that they are accepting. And once you have everything uploaded and ready to go, you just go ahead and consent in disclaimer, I have read and understand the above disclaimer. And then when you hit on the review your request, it's basically a review page of everything that you typed in. They ask you to just review all the information, and if you have all the information that's put in there is clear and good to go, please do make a copy of the web form that you are submitting, as you will not be able to view this anywhere, the web form that you are submitting. The only place that you would be able to view it or confirm it is you will be receiving an email in that email address that you provided in the web form, stating that this web form has been received by IRCC and it has been attached to your application. You will be receiving that email. You got to be waiting and watching for that email. So that's a confirmation that yes, your application has received the web form and the documents or whatever information you have informed IRCC. And it's very important to note that they have received it, because there are so many instances where IRCC says, I haven't even received this web form document. So make sure you do go ahead and do that extra check, or you can even call out to IRCC's call center to make sure they have received the document, so to get you some kind of peace of mind. And that's basically the video. If you do think that this video has been really helpful to you, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.